See you. Everything's going well. Hope you're enjoying your hopefully long weekend from work. I'm a little sick today, so I'm trying to drink. I'm trying to eat some soup, drink some tea, took some medicine. You know, you know how it goes. So hopefully that's enough. But we will see. I'll pretty much go until I can't go anymore. Because now I have the hiccups. That's what I get for trying to absorb my soup. Thanks, man. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Just a little bit of a cold. It's been cold here in Texas, so I just need to turn the heater up. But yeah, good to see you, as always. I think I watched the last time you streamed. I watched the last raid that you did. Are you thinking about not starting another game soon, or holidays just kept you busy? I understand what that's like. I think the last game I actually saw you play was Stray. I don't know if you played anything after that. But yeah, nothing more to talk about. I hope everybody had a good night last night. Hope everyone's recovering as well as they can. You know, it's New Year's, so that's fun. And I've said it before, but my dog is not a fan of fireworks, so we were in the closet last night from 6:30 until 2:30. So 8 hours in a closet with my dog, with the box fan going and music to drown it all out. Just doing our best. But we made it. She's okay. She's sleeping now. They're all sleeping now. It was a rough night for all of them. But yeah, should be a pretty normal week with the exception of maybe Thursday. One of these days I'll probably not be here just because Brittany will be. So I usually don't stream on the days she does, unless it's D&D, because that stuff is scheduled, and it affects the whole group. So we should be streaming Baldur's Gate today and tomorrow, ideally. Then Wednesday D&D in the afternoon. Thursday we'll be streaming more Baldur's Gate in the morning, and then maybe something Thursday night. If you weren't there for it, we ended the first half of the campaign last Thursday, so we don't know what we're going to do moving forward. It looks like Kaon wants to take a shot at DMing. Kaon's a relatively new player, but picking up things pretty quickly and wants to maybe DM a one-shot, so maybe we'll stream that. It'll be fun. But we'll see. The group hasn't really spoke up yet. We really have to wrap up a lot of the rest of the campaign too. We have to talk about what we're going to do in between, things like that. We all leveled up. Only thing I need to do is figure out if I'm getting rid of a cantrip or not. Or not getting rid of, but swapping one out. I haven't decided. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. And then we may or may not be able to finish Fire Emblem next weekend. I'm going to certainly try, I think, given whatever time constraints I'm under. But, there's no guarantee that I'll be able to do it. I think I'm on chapter 17, or I'm going into chapter 17, and I think there are like 20 or 21 chapters. So if I do two chapters a day, I should be able to finish it. Yesterday went well. Those chapters didn't take too long at all, which was good. We did some grinding. We evolved some more classes, which was nice. Saturday was crazy. We streamed for like 8 hours on Saturday, and it's because my plan was to do one mission, and then that took like an hour and a half, that one level. And then I didn't know that the next two missions were connected, like they went back to back. Now, granted, I could have stopped in between, but I'm stubborn, so I didn't want to do that, I guess. And both of those levels ended up being like 2 hours long, So we just ran them back to back. I evolved some of my characters a little bit early. I wanted to wait until everybody was level 20 before I evolved them, but we were pretty low on resources, and I was fighting two bosses in the same level that nearly killed me as it was. So it took a lot of strategy. It took a lot of planning. It took a lot of stuff. We made it work, though. We won. Ironically, I think I died. I think I reset more yesterday. Excuse me. I think I reset more yesterday than I did on Saturday, which is kind of crazy. But still, it was good. It was a good weekend. Gaming. It'll be a good week of gaming. Next weekend we should I'm hoping to finish Fire Emblem. I might just make it a goal, regardless of what happens, to finish Fire Emblem next weekend, barring anything else. And then the weekend after is when we'll start Final Fantasy VIII. Keep progressing there. We've been streaming for 4 months now, which is nice, since the beginning of August. Well, actually, September, October, November, December, January, 5 months. We've been streaming 5 months, so we're almost the halfway mark of, the 6-month mark of our streaming career. And we're not quite halfway through the franchise. You know, those first 6 or so games went pretty quick, but these last ones are going to get longer and longer. So I'm going to have to find time. I'm going to have to put more time to them, essentially. I would like to start streaming longer. I think I'm averaging like 4 to 5 hours. I think I'm going to try to start streaming from, 5 to 6 hours, maybe even longer. But we'll see how that goes as well. See if my head holds up. That's really the limiting factor. The motivation is there. I'm just, disabled. So what are you going to do? We're going to do our best. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do our best. I think that's enough talking for me. I think so. I don't have anything else to talk about. I've awakened my weekend. I did hit. So I made it a mini goal. I don't do resolutions, right? But I think you might as well, if you're going to do something, you should just start doing it, right? I think a lot of people start thinking about their New Year's resolutions in December, and a lot of people I talk to is like, oh, I'm going to start going to the gym more in 2024, and it's like, well, why don't you just start going to the gym now, right? Like, there's the best time to start something was yesterday, and the second best time is right now. So yeah. Either way, one of my mini goals, as I say that, one of my mini goals coming up with these new seasons was that I want to get gold in all of the Riot games. And I knew League was going to be easy because I'm already placed gold in that game. So when the new season starts on January 9th, I'll just do it again. So that one will be done. But last night, when I was stuck in the closet for 8 hours, I grinded Wild Rift. I went 14-1 and got placed in gold. Well, I didn't get placed in gold. I got 2 gold. My last season ranking, I think I played the first season that came out, and the way Wild Rift works is it just gives you your old rank, which was nice. So that's what happened. I think I came in at like silver 3, and I went 14-1 and got to gold 4. So easy. Game number 1 complete. So now I have League, Valorant, TFT, and Legends of Runeterra left. Legends of Runeterra will be easy. I played a lot of that game for a long time, so I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm way behind on the curve, but I have so many resources saved up, I can probably just build whatever deck I want and just go from there. Getting to gold won't be bad. And then TFT and Valorant are going to be the hard ones. I don't know which is going to be harder. I think TFT is going to be consistently difficult for me, right? I think there's a lot more to learn in TFT, so the progression will be slow. I might have to start that one sooner than later. Valorant, I think, will be initially hard, and then after that, it's just going to be a grind, right? Learning what all the hero, I played a little bit of Valorant, so I'm not completely ignorant, but as far as positioning and line of sights or lines of sight, LOSs, LSOS, lines of sight. Anyway, that kind of stuff is going to be hard. Um, oh, no worries, man. You don't have to apologize for anything. I just appreciate that you're here regardless. Yeah, definitely. Well, I will do my best to be there when you start streaming more stuff. Like I said, I think I was there in uh, the last stream that you did. I don't remember what raid it was. I think it was the new one. Um, I'm sure it was the new one. I'd never seen it before, but yeah, I completely get it, and don't feel bad about responding. I understand. Most people are watching from work or doing their own thing throughout the day, so yeah, I think it was Woldus. That sounds familiar. But yeah, we're getting there. If I can make it through all the way 16, I think it'd actually be really cool to plan it out to where I was playing Final Fantasy 16 like in August of next year and just do the entire year of Final Fantasy. It might end up being that way. The only games I'm concerned about getting a hold of and finding a way to play are going to be Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns. Those games are like they've never been remastered. They've never been released on more than a couple of consoles. I think they were available on EA Play at one point. For whatever reason, those games when I think it was EA. I don't remember, but all of the Final Fantasy games prior to 13 were exclusives. Well, that's not entirely true. You had Final Fantasy 1 through 6 that was released on the NES and the Super NES, and then 7 through 10 were Sony exclusive. They didn't release on any other console but Sony. So PS1 for 7, 8, 9, PS2 for 10, 11 was PC, 12 was PlayStation as well. So when 13 came out, it was like the first game in over a decade that released on the Xbox as well. So I think it was EA that picked up some of the distributing rights, but it was available on EA Play, I think, for a bit. But regardless, I don't think it is now. So I don't know how we're going to play it. And that's the only one I've got to look into. But everything else is pretty much mapped out. And we got to make some progress. So, yeah. Let's do it. We're still gonna do the channel point redemption until if we get down to the wire and it's like I need more time to play these games and I have to go back to back with Final Fantasies, then we'll do that once we get there. I'll reassess after each game, but I enjoy having the break. I enjoy, and we played 2 games. Well, we're playing Baldur's Gate 3 now and Fire Emblem. Both of these games were channel point redemptions, which I think is super cool, and I'm enjoying them. And they forced me to branch out a little bit, which is always a plus. But if you're curious what games are coming up or what games are being considered, you can always use exclamation point checklist, and that will bring up the checklist. And then you can see what's on the docket. You could also see what games we've completed, how long it took us, the trophy status, things like that. So cool stuff. But yeah, I think I've been rambling for 20 minutes. I'm trying to get my voice warmed up because, like I said, I'm kind of sick. So this morning I woke up and I sounded terrible. And that's when I wrote the stream title. But we can talk a little bit now. So yeah, I guess we just get started, right? No time like the present. Oh, goodness. So we did some things last time. I don't even remember. We are playing as a halfling bard named Primrose. We are a College of Lore bard. Currently in our party is Lae'zel as the frontliner fighter. We have Will as another magic user, and Astarion as our rogue, mixed damage. That being said, Lae'zel will be quickly replaced by Karlach as soon as she's... Oh, I'm over encumbered. I was just about to get into that. Lae'zel will be quickly replaced by Karlach as soon as we get her. And I have Will in the party before we meet Karlach. Anthony requested that for the story stuff. So there's that. Just like with most of my games, I am modding them in order to get rid of the weight limits. I hate weight limits. Should be able to, I think. There. They go away now. Oh, it didn't go away. I think if I drop something and pick it back up. Shaft of broken spear did. No. I forgot. It's fine. There we go. I just need to drop something and pick something back up, and it'll be fine. Okay, so we put Karlach in our party so we can talk to Zorro here, wherever he is. He walked away that way.
What path lies before me?
I don't know where he walked off to. But he's over here. Oh. There he is. Okay. So, yeah. We need to talk to Zorro about the creche.
By Mordai's eyes. Another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Yes, and I suggested you as she says. You heard the woman bow. Hold it, Lae'zel. I'll see to this one. 4 as a halfling. I think you can resolve this of decorum, don't you think? Yeah, we'll go with 4 on that.
No.
No.
Go on. Bow.
Zale passed her intimidation check. She's serious, you beg her, and that's enough, Lae'zel. I'll take it from here.
You dare interrupt? Has the tadpole ravaged your senses?
Be mean back to her. I don't like Lae'zel, and I don't care, really. Breathe again, I won't let her hurt her.
Thanks. What do you want from me?
Information. Where did you see the Githyanki?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it.
Makes sense.
Jammed its blade through Yul's belly, straight to the other side. And I just ran.
The map. Show me.
Beating LSU. I assume it's a bowl game. Thanks for your help and apologies for my companion. Quit your stibbling. We're done with you. All right, Lae'zel, you got what you needed for leave. Thank you for your help and apologies for my companion.
No hard feelings.
Really? Your old friend group just got mauled. She's probably upset with me that I just interrupted her, but I really don't care.
The last time a subordinate questioned my judgment, I ate tongue stew that very night.
Subordinate, Lae'zel, I will kill you right now. Subordinate, no, we're partners. You'll treat me with respect. You've made your point. You've finished scowling me. What comes next? Good to see me. That's a terrible way to make friends. Must he be so rough? No, I'm going to ignore the halfling thing. I'm going to go with 1. Subordinate, no, we're partners. You'll treat me with respect.
Kenyak, your tantrum proves you no wiser than a hatchling. The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
Tantrum. It's interesting that she sees it as a tantrum that I'm standing up for myself. I'm sure it's part of just Githyanki culture, right? That kind of thing, but still. Did you say tiefling? What do you mean purification? I'm going to say tiefling, yeah.
I am unfamiliar with the, well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this Fey run.
It's Faerun. What do you mean purification?
The Kresh holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
Is this everything?
Keeping Azale in the party, like, at all. So, I mean, I'll keep her for now, because I don't think I'm bringing Shadowheart in either. Maybe I'm not bringing in Will. No, Shadowheart.
I should speak up.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel. Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
He used to work with infernal machines. It's important later. Let me see your wares. Okay. We have plenty of stuff, so I'm not really worried about anything. Plenty of money, so I'm not worried. I'm gonna take everything he has. Short bow. Feller of monsters. You have advantage against monstrosity type creatures. That's nice. Light hammer +1. Longsword +1. Mace +1. Scimitar +1. These don't count as magical items. They do, but they don't. I know that doesn't make any sense, but Safeguard shield. Saving throw +1. Nice. Talent gloves. Strength saving throws. That's why you gotta look over this stuff. Battle axe, a glaive. I don't need any of this stuff, really. Constitution saving throws is nice. Dexterity saving throws.
Lee and Roland would never admit it, but they take an arrow for the other. Also stab each other. Not sure what will come first. Thanks for cutting in. There might have been more than words if you hadn't.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can. You're an easy one to please, aren't you? Here, have more. We'll need every bit of strength to make it to Baldur's Gate. Trust me.
True.
Ah, Vidge isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! There isn't a bit of colour in those cheeks, Pickle. Are you hurt? Cold? Feverish? Auntie
Soup.
Ethel will sort you
If
out.
you can hear me
I've
eating, I apologize. Let me
lotions
know.
and potions
Oh,
galore.
stop. There's no need. I'm fine, really. Let her fuss over you. What are you, an alchemist? Let her fuss over me.
Aha! You take a sup at that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie.
Does it mean to turn down a homemade brew? Thank you kindly.
Oh, stop with the sweet talk. Here, take the end of the bat, just in case. I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you all right? You're looking awful peaky. Oh, I've seen it all. I once had a fella who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The wife was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil. But worry not. I fixed him up, and depending on the lighting, he looks good as new. My point is, whatever ails you, I promise I've seen worse.
Why, she sounds positively demented. I love it. Let's tell her everything.
What is it, Pickle? What's wrong?
It's like, I like her. I've got a mind flayer parasite in my head.
As you recount your adventure, Auntie Ethel nods along, her eyes wide.
You poor pet! My heart goes out to you, truly. I see no sign of a tentacle yet, but that could change in an instant. You need help. Serious help. I've ne'er a potion or lotion here that could do it, but yes, I may have something at home.
Gotcha.
I've collected some interesting bits and bobs over the years.
What do you have?
You'll have to stop by my house, just at the edge of the forest. Let me mark it on your map. I'll be heading back soon, so I can meet you there. Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale.
She has the most like cliche name ever. Auntie Ethel.
Hey, bother.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Auntie Ethel was also the name of a bad guy. So there's that. Their pill giant strength, potion of greater healing, regular potions of healing, potion of invisibility, Orlon's grace, natural pugilist. You gain a +1 bonus to unarmed attack rolls and damage, unhampered resistance. While the wielder is not wearing armor, they receive a +2 bonus to saving throws. That's pretty nice for wizards and such. We're gonna take all this too. Just gonna take all of it. What do I care? Balance that out. Give her some money. Take it all.
Be careful on the road.
At this point, you definitely shouldn't be able to do that.
Hate
But
if something happened to you. Take care, Pet.
thanks, Auntie Ethel. But I would hate it if something bad happened to me too.
We're exposed now. Again.
Don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon.
I am not grumpy.
Scowl on your face.
Where's that old bucket?
We should have left by now.
To get the soup down, it's already kind of cold.
Instead, we're just sitting here, practically begging to be attacked. Staying is a mistake.
Doing the right thing. Let's see if things need help. Why the rush to leave? Leave on your own. Why wait? Worrying won't help. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Of course I will be. As
Of
if there was
course
any
I will
doubt.
be.
You are looking at Leroican's newest apprentice. Yes, that Leroican. The greatest wizard in Baldur's Gate.
This. This.
His name is known far and wide, I see. Few can match him in terms of raw power and talent. Until now, that is. In years to come, you will boast of this meeting, I can assure you. May we meet again in Baldur's Gate, my friend.
How long until Roland shows off?
Be sure that if you have excuse me, if you have
How many people are dumb enough to ask?
Gale in your party, he like prods some more, and you get some more information about that. Get more information about that wizard, which is kind of fun. Okay. So we learned a bit more about the Kesh. We need to go down here to speak with the refugees, but I really do want to go get Karlach first. In order to get Karlach, though, we have to go through this goblin village here. There are some ways to kind of get around it, but we'll see how it goes. I played through it a little bit differently on my playthrough, on my first playthrough. And this isn't the goblin, so I really shouldn't call this the goblin camp. This is just like a village.
These tieflings prove fragile. I've a mind to end their misery myself.
So
Harsh. Remind me to stay on your good side.
You were never on my good side.
Lae'zel, have you ever done a good deed just for the sake of it?
I have performed deeds well and efficiently. Is this what you mean?
Not exactly. But you answered my question.
There it is. Seems just pretty redundant.
Who's waiting up ahead?
Attacking enemies while you are hiding will catch them by surprise and will give you an advantage in combat. So we know that there's something waiting ahead. But do we know what? Okay, we need to go O here. There we go. Oh goodness. What's happening? I'm stuck. This is not good.
Is that blood?
Okay, there we go. Fixed.
Never mind.
It's crazy. We got stuck in a tree or something. Okay, so we know that there's enemies there, and there, and there, and there. I think the first time I failed my perception check. Oh, that was cool. I didn't know you could go in. Can you go in here? You can. Oh. Interesting. They're ambushing. Get ambushed, right? Seems dangerous. Side. And sneak as a party.
skinned. At least it's some kind of civilization.
I do miss the gate, though. The Elf Song Tavern, sunset over Grey Harbor, fried fish at the docks.
Drunk young patriarchs, naked in the fountains. Ah, civilization.
Disconnect the party.
You sniffing where you ain't ought to be, friend? Might have to take that nose.
Happen.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
Deception. What? The guard let me pass. Intimidation? Or you could let me pass and live to see nightfall. Persuasion. I bypassed your guards. If I meant you harm, I could have just killed you all. Detect thoughts. Probe the goblin's thoughts. Elicited wisdom. Let's try again, shall we? Address me properly. I don't know what Asterians. It'll tell me. Well, +4. +4. I think Asterion would lie. Hey, we did it. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me.
Eh? Then you got business needs seeing to, don't ya? Go on. Lads were gathered near the windmill last I looked.
Is that the guy who I just talked to? Brawler Brick. Gain inspiration. Secrets of Sundering. That's not it. Just passing through. Trick the goblins in Moonhaven. Nice. Okay, well, we don't need to be sneaking anymore. I think it's a little late for sneaking. But we got in, so that's something. I don't know how that guy saw me, but didn't see me completely destroy his goblin friend a second ago. But we made our way in, so that's nice. Tracker slice.
Keep your paws to yourself, and I won't cut them off.
Very nice slice.
Everything here is ours. Bugger off.
Here. This is one of the things I do care about, though. We're gonna try this. It should be pretty easy on the difficulty that we're on, but I say that. I think I failed the last time.
Tastes like chicken. No chicken. Tastes like fish. Gentlemen, contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our feast. Besides, tastes like pork. And what surprise is this? Brothers, look here. I have eyed yet another prize. Fortune favors our bellies. Stranger, be you friend or food. The mark is her measure. Show is the brand of the absolute.
Do you one better? I'm one of the absolute's chosen disciples. I think this is what we chose last time. It's only a 10. So I need to roll a 3 or higher. Hey, you know what? That is 3 or higher. It counts. That counts. Success.
Indeed. How regrettable that your meat must go unsavored. Food? Food. Not food. Friend.
You the articulate ogre.
Am I not astonishing? A robust diet makes for a shrewd mind, you see. I am a gourmand, and you a delicacy. Were I so lucky?
He is very eloquent, but it thinks so. We're in the Candlekeep Mysteries campaign. In Candlekeep himself, there's a giant ogre named Little One, and he wears a band of intellect, so his intelligence is set to 18. But that's why he's there. But I wonder, you could probably get away with it narratively if you found like an ogre that accidentally like ate an elf or something that had a band of, well, not an elf maybe, but ate a wizard that had a band of intellect on. And while he, since he swallowed the band of intellect, he's a little bit smarter. I think that'd be funny. I know I'm sure rules is written, the band of intellect probably says something like, once you place it on your head, but, who cares? It's funnier the other way. I notice you don't bear a brand of your own.
I've no use for the absolute, or any god. I follow two masters only, gluttony and greed.
To me and
the goblins understand my appetites. They sate my hunger for gold, and the rest sate my hunger for meat. Boss goblin give gold, we check brand. Good deal. No talk.
Goblins, you should be fighting for me. I've seen few ogres in these parts. We'll go with this one first.
We follow the sense of blood and gold to all lands fertile, friend. And this land proves particularly fruitful.
Get the goblins, you should be fighting for me.
I am, by all accounts, a student of higher commerce and extortion. Make me an offer. Tempt me.
Give you 500 gold if I fight you into battle. Deception, 1,000 gold after you fight for me. Persuasion, I'll pay you in the flesh of the fallen. You will have your fill. I'll just give you 500 gold.
A serenade to my ears and a boon to my belly. We've a bargain, my tasty kibble. Take my bone horn. One blow and the ground will quake with my family name. Use it when the need arises, and never a moment before. Ogre kill everyone around, then Ogre eats them. Well spoken, indeed. Ogre kill everyone around. We will keep close. When you are ready, sound the horn.
I think in my first playthrough, I didn't want to give him a bunch of money. So I think I tried to like persuade him or something, and it didn't work, so I didn't get the horn. Also, if you fight these guys, you can break these pillars and it like brings down the roof, which is kind of neat. Just lock it.
Better not be cursed.
I think the books are, I don't want to say useful, but I don't think they're necessary. Okay, the next stop is the windmill, and then after that, Karlach. Okay, we discovered that waypoint. That's nice. Asterion, friend, you want to come pick this?
With pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah, 3 or higher gets this. Crit. Nice. That'll do it. Hey. At the start of combat, the wearer gains momentum for 3 turns. It's pretty good. It's you.
Over here.
No one stopped me yet. Another step forward.
Look what we got here. Another little birdie wanting to fly. Stop this thing! Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm. And you. Hope you got a stomach for ice.
He seems very sure of himself. What the hell are you doing? I'm not looking for people, just want to pass by. What the hell are you doing?
What's it bloody look like? We're teaching this here pipsqueak to fly.
Rephrase that. Why are you doing this? I wonder if you're. I just want to pass by. Release the gnome at once. Let me phrase that. Why are you doing this?
'Cause it makes me laugh.
Right. That's what you'd expect from a goblin. I won't interfere. I just want to pass by. It does look funny, I'll admit. Mind if I stay and watch a while? Fun's over. Release the goblin at once.
You want this little cave lurking?
Hey.
Find your own.
Thank you so much for the raid. That's so nice of
The
you.
mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your lithic
We
power
are
is beyond
early
reach
on in our Baldur's
until
Gate
you
3
rest.
campaign. We're still way early in Act 1. It's nice to see you all. Yeah, I saw most of you guys earlier. I was trying to watch the stream a bit. How's everyone doing? Are we all recovering from last night? Hey, Misty Rosie, nice to meet you. I'm Jonathan. Welcome to everybody. We are, I'm sure a lot of you probably played Baldur's Gate 3 before, but if you haven't, it won Game of the Year last year. Mailbox, hello. Happy New Year to you as well. I hope everyone is doing good. But Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year. It's a tactical RPG. It's like a top-down turn-based RPG, and it is good stuff. It is very, very good. But if you like D&D, it's probably the game for you. And we just came upon a village that was overrun with some goblins, and we lied our way in, which was nice. We convinced them that the guards let us pass. And then we came across this, what's it called? It's a gnome from the Underdark, the Snurf Neblin, I think is what they're called. Nerf Neblin. Anyway, he's being strung up by these goblins who are currently spinning him around on a windmill. So, hey, Ari. Welcome to the chat as well. I saw you earlier this morning talking to Credit Wife. But yeah, we're going to try to convince him to let him down, or threaten him. I saw a video about this quest. There are more than 100 ways to beat it, which is fantastic. Yeah, there's so many things to do in this game. Let's see. Intimidation, I won't let you harm a defenseless being, not without a fight. Persuasion, all of you lot against one deep gnome. You should go find a better target. Hey, pizza sounds great. We're going to go with persuasion. I have such a high persuasion, it doesn't really matter. 15, but I have an 11, so as long as I roll a 4 or higher, I win. So we'll do that. Hey, 14 wins. Yeah, it's definitely worth the playthrough, but it does take a bit of time. It's one of those that, like, you'll sit down and you'll start playing, and then it's 6 hours later, and you're like, what happened?
I reckon we could do better than this run, eh? We're leaving. What about the gnome? Ain't we
About the
supposed to
gnome.
bring him to... I said we're leaving! There's plenty of sport
I am
and
playing
wage pickings out there for us.
I'll wait till he's done talking. Didn't want to interrupt him like that. Games like that are great for that reason. True. True. It's like the civilization. Just kind of lose yourself in it. I understand. But we need to try to find a way to stop this windmill. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The only two mods, I guess, that I'm playing with are encumbrance rules. I can pick up and carry whatever I want. I don't care. So there's that. And then there's duplicate items. So my items essentially don't disappear. It does give me like infinite healing and stuff, but so be it. So you can be a pretty big jerk here. There's the release brake lever, which just sends him flying. Or there's the brake lever, but I'm a nice person. I can't be mean. So we're gonna go ahead and use the brake lever here. Then we'll go out here and try to get him free. If I can reach. I don't know if my little halfling legs can get up there, but I'm sure Lazelle can. There he is.
Cut me loose!
Yeah, we'll do that.
Baga Kabara. Those pustulant thugs. Well, get on with it.
Hey, Normandy,
You
welcome.
saved me. Now you'll extort me.
I think I accidentally unfollowed you earlier. I think I clicked the button, or the page hadn't loaded yet, so it hadn't said I was following you, so I clicked it. I think I unfollowed you, but I wasn't sure, so I think now I'm following you again. Oh yeah, I don't plan on extorting him. I'd rather know how you got caught. I know.
My own fault, really. I should have dropped my pack and
There you
outrun
are.
those bastards.
Following you again.
Alas. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on.
Good idea. You're a little far home from a deep home for a deep gnome.
Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep gnomes aren't restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home. I found it around the neck of a thug in the lower city. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope.
Danny, we're still like 10 days outside of Baldur's Gate. I think that's what someone in the Grove said earlier.
I always help my friends.
So he found...
On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
Again, he found that amulet all the way in Baldur's Gate, and then came 10 days, essentially traveled 10 days down here, followed the path. Which is pretty impressive, I must say. Okay. There's still a lot we can do in this little area, but we're not going to do a lot of it at the moment, because we're going to go get our main girl, Karlach. She's important. She's required. I don't really care about the goblin bow or the common or the goblin scimitar. This stuff might be nice. Makeshift spear. It might be, but it's not at the moment. You can go down into the base of that windmill, and we probably will when we come back to this place. But at the moment, Karlach. And if you know, you know. I have not played this game before all the way through. I owned it in early access. I played it quite a bit off and on. But
Tries to put my hands on everything.
sounds good, Normandy. I will be here. We're about to go on a quick break ourselves in like 3 minutes, or 3 minutes rather. See if I can. If you don't like adult content, close your eyes.
As you approach, a guttural scream and a succession of quick bangs rattle the door. Then, a low moan. Someone, or something, is having a bit of fun.
He's gonna leave. This is funny. They recently added that. That was not an option when the game first came out. Did it say dagger +1? Is that what they just said? It did say a dagger +1. There's just a dagger chilling up here. That was not an option when the game first came out.
For an ogre, you notice a peculiar
So you just
dagger
walk in on them,
protruding
and
from
then
the tough, leathery meat.
unfortunately there tended to be a fight. We'll do a quick carefully wiggle the dagger until it slides free. It requires a 15. It's actually pretty high. Didn't succeed there, we failed. A sword in the stone situation, instead it's a dagger in the meat.
Strained by your clumsy technique, the blade snaps in two. Sharp metal fragment pokes out of the meat. It's of no use to you.
That's sad. It seems like it's just a +1 dagger, but that's funny. I'd never seen that before. That was cool. To the edge of this bridge. And then we will take a quick break. Survival checks we just failed. That's not good. Either way, before we jump over the bridge, Ad is about to run. I will see you guys in a few minutes. Go stretch, get some water, enjoy your food, and I'll see you guys very soon. to the channel and you're like, where did this guy just go for 4 minutes? I understand. I choose to run my ad breaks at the end of every hour for multiple reasons. Firstly, I have animals, so it's good that I get up and I spend some time with them and let them out, everything like that. Because if I don't, they'll freak out. We don't want that. Secondly, the ads are going to run anyway, and I hate pre-roll ads. Nothing bugs me more than going into one of my one of my friends. I go in there, and I'm talking to them, and we're having a conversation, and all of a sudden it's like, ad. And I get it. If I could subscribe to every one of my friends, I would. Believe me, for the ad-free experience. But financially, that's not possible. So, in order to get rid of like the pre-roll ads, and in order to make sure that I'm not missing anybody, I just choose to run all the ads in a block, and that way it gets rid of the pre-roll ads and everything else. And then thirdly, I have chronic migraines, so staring at the screen for long periods of time is very detrimental to my health. So it helps me to take a quick break and figure things out. So I'm investigating this area. As you can see, we have some hyenas here. Bloated hyena. This is not great for us, and we have some gnolls up here. These gnolls are bad news bears. Hey, Laura, how are you? Happy New Year to you. Hope you're doing well. Happy late birthday as well. If you're in the chat with me, wish Laura a happy birthday. I think it was yesterday? Well, I don't know what it is time-wise for you. It might have been 2 days ago. Okay, well, we did not succeed on sneaking up on this guy. So... definitely going to use our missile snaring to hopefully reduce the damage. It's kind of the downside of Primrose being up front. Try to get up a little bit.
Let's find some prey.
I should have tried to hide before I did that, but I didn't, because I'm dumb. This guy's dashing straight for us. Dashing. Okay, soul numbed. Can't take bonus actions or reactions. Wow. Kind of crazy. Okay, well, she said, who needs actions or reactions when you can just one-shot everything?
Where do I go from here?
I think I'm safe. I don't think I'm going to provoke an opportunity attack if I'm too close to this person.
Have to keep
Take
going.
a step back here.
Listen! Did your idiot mother beclothe you?
Did your idiot mother beclothe you? I am playing as a bard. Primrose here is a halfling bard.
Battle favors the fearless.
Enjoying it very much.
2 steps at a time.
Concentration check. A bit of a bummer. Imagining mental damage to them, true. Variant's just gonna take the damage. Can't hide here because I
Just
can
like
try to
those
hide.
items.
I was successful. Okay, well, I didn't foresee that happening, but we'll take what we can get. I should probably just kill this guy in front of me, right? No, there's so many people that can kill that guy. Beautiful. Asterion is such a monster.
Into the shadows.
And he successfully hit again. He's still soul numbed, but it didn't matter to her.
My path be true. Time to push my luck again.
You listening?
Do I have to lose?
Flat-bottomed coward.
On the victor's path. Watch and learn.
Insults, it's true. I'm not too worried. None of these guys are really gonna get too hurt. Oh goodness, I lied. Maybe I should have. Let's go ahead and sneak attack ranged against this guy. It says my path is interrupted because of course it is.
Step quick.
Dash. This action. Oh. You know what? Forget it. Just do this. Cutting words is a bard option where essentially I impose a negative modifier to the enemy so that I can turn their hit into a miss. It's similar to like protection for nobody. Can't be up there. You know better. It's similar to protection for warriors or for fighters, but it's ranged. Come over here. Please stop being a nuisance. Thank you. I know, you just want attention. But it does require me to use my bardic inspiration. Which is, you know, fine.
Battle has taken its toll. I should rest.
Sorry, my cat is literally trying to eat my microphone. Unlimited health potions.
Careful, I bite.
Defender of the people.
Eager for battle.
I just never have to long rest or short rest. I do need to long rest at some point though,
Can't give up now.
so that I can advance story plots. Well, buddy, you wouldn't fall off the desk if you weren't over there in the first place. Don't get mad at me because you fell over. No, now you're just giving me an attitude.
What's in
I didn't do it to you. You did it to yourself. Playthrough going with Daniel.
One day, I'll catch a break. This must be where the gnolls attacked.
The creature's eyes roll back in its head, equal parts bliss and agony. She'd eaten, feasted, and yet, looking into her eyes, you can see it wasn't enough. She's still hungry.
Come, see, my flesh becomes new flesh.
I was just about to ask what act you guys had made it to, if you guys are in Act 2 or not. Nice.
You hear what comes next before you see it. The sharp snapping of bones, and a yelp of pain as her body starts to twist and undulate. You watch with cold realization. This isn't the end of one life, but the start of another. Gnolls can spawn from the corpses of dying hyenas.
Now you can see how gnolls are created. We're just going to attack it. I'm not going to I'm not going to risk it. I get advantage because it's bloated. It's a DC 12, so a 6 or higher with advantage should be easy enough. Both succeeded. Yeah, poor hyena indeed. They kind of like, well, you can see he was like excited. You know, the hyena, it is painful, but it's like euphoric to them as well.
You land a swift strike against her skull. She yelps.
I didn't expect to kick her in the head.
As the life fades from her eyes, the gnoll within her dies too, stillborn.
You'll be able to see how they're created, or see, might still see one of them if I can't kill these guys before it happens. I'm not gonna kill it. If you guys haven't seen it, I want you to see it. It looks pretty crazy, actually.
Time for a new approach.
Might not even get that far.
I've got one. You act a fighter, but a fool's a fool.
That's going to react. I can. Oh, I could use it to impose a disadvantage on their roll too. I end up seeing some of these guys turn into one anyway.
I am fury. I am death.
Buddy. Shadow. Doing. I actually don't know how it works. I don't know if it's like it very well might be like a mating thing. I don't think they're possessed or infected. I think that gnolls and hyenas are so closely related that the gnolls, I don't know if it's magical or what. It might honestly just be that a gnoll mates with a hyena and then you know, another gnoll is born, but I don't actually know. I'm sorry, I'm petting my cat because he is literally trying to eat my mouse and my headphones, and he's trying to eat my microphone at the same time. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's being a menace this morning. Hi, I know, buddy, you just want attention. There you go. Have some attention.
On the victor's path.
Blast. Maybe, I don't know why I have advantage here. Maybe it's because I'm on the high ground, but honestly, he's prone, so I should be having advantage here. Good grief, Will.
Finding my way.
Sneak attack advantage. You have an advantage on attacking enemy, letting you sneak attack to deal more damage. Yep. That's why I'm doing it. Bye.
What now? Let's get this over with.
Did look very nice, didn't it?
Swift and lethal. Let my name be known.
Place is overrun with gnolls.
Didn't get to see the
They do have a way of popping up when least expected.
we didn't get to see a gnoll transformation, but that's okay. It's about as gruesome as you'd imagine it to be. If you haven't seen Harry Potter, the 7th one, and when Nagini like comes out of the Matilda bag shot or Batilda bag shot, it's kind of how it seems. It's a good descriptor for it.
Let's have a look.
Just to me and opened first. Read the first sentence again. Open it, and I will know because you'll be dead. This is not a threat. This is what will happen if you open the chest. Find the missing shipment. We do know where the missing shipment is, so we can figure it out. But we need to go meet our girl Karlach. So that's what we're gonna do first.
My step.
Everything else is just extra until we find Karlach. Now I have Cat here, itching my nose. Thanks, Shadow. Yeah, I'm talking to you. True. +6. Dark One's Blessing. I don't even know what that does, if I'm being honest with you. When you reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, this gift from your patron grants you 6 temporary hit points. Oh. That's nice. Guess that's part of being a Hexblade. There she is. We can see her in the distance. Hey, Laura got the Marie. No, buddy. Stop it. Quick save here, just in case anything goes wrong.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
There she is.
One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken
They
you for
absolutely
good.
not.
That'll teach me to underestimate
You
you.
do not get to lay on my mouse pad. Don't beat me up. I'll beat you up. You're the devil we've been hunting, Karlach, right? Tell me, monster, what's it like to know you're about to die? These are no natural flames. Prepare to fight. Shadow is a menace. He is. He is absolutely a menace. Okay. I don't know why he wants to lay on my mouse pad. He has a perfectly fine spot to the left of my keyboard, right? I keep a whole spot on my desk open just for him. But for some reason, he wants to be over by my mouse.
Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I...
A great heat roars through you.
It's infected
Purgent,
too.
Fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War.
Good to see you.
Soared from
No,
above as the
Shadow.
Nozzle passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
Can be tricked that way. Isn't that kind of the whole point?
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
Feeling better, but everything else kind of is gross. How are you doing? Saw you this morning in Credit Wife's chat. That was fun. Looked like she was painting a pink Donkey Kong just for you. Or at least a pink gorilla. It actually looked like the gorilla from Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, there's not enough room in between my keyboard and my monitor. I'm sure you'd find a way. But now that I have the microphone like in front of me, he wants to go. He like goes under the mic stand, and then sits in my lap for a second, just so he can go up to the right, and then he's kind of stuck. So then he has to go around. He doesn't, for whatever reason, he'll go underneath left to right, but he won't go underneath right to left. So he has to go around the keyboard now. It's just a mess. But sometimes he just wants attention. Okay, so Will wants to kill Karlach. We cannot allow that to happen. Stand down, Will. You saw what I saw. Be practical. She's infected. Same as us. I'm powerful too. We can use her as an ally. Looks like you found your mark, Will. Let's send your devil back to the hells. Let's not. Stand down, Will.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
You're stubborn. Karlach's not a devil, and you know it. You saw her thoughts. She poses no danger to the Sword Coast. You're right. Cut her down before she causes trouble. I don't want to insult him, so we're gonna go with 2. Everyone approved of that.
That's right. Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlach, but you already knew that. And you are...
Ticket to curing that tadpole eventually. I'm not interested in making friends. I'm Primrose.
Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far. I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. It turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going.
So you want me to kill the people hunting you? Why should I do your dirty work? I have my own problems. I don't need yours. Let's send them back where they came from.
Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Then we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
She's almost as scary as you, Lae'zel.
Amazing.
So naturally she gets my vote.
Sounds like a great plan. Hang on, I said I'd help you not to team up with you long term. I don't think so. You'll have to go it alone. Sounds like a great plan to me.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off.
I'll be here,
hang
Ranger.
on, though.
Enjoy your lurk.
Looks like you've got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun
I don't know what
stuff
those
without
words
me.
mean, Mo.
Got it?
So I'm going to say no. Oh, a microphone. No. I don't even know what this is. It's some off-brand. That sure looks great, though. If I had, $600 to spend, probably would.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
Say, Will.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too
Can't see the
poorly.
cutscene because of the... There we go. What's that supposed to mean? Lay it out plainly, Will. Someone set you on Karlach's tail. I'd like to know who this source of yours is. if you weren't so useful, I'd drive a dagger through your skull. We'll just go with 2. Grass does look nice, yeah.
I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats.
Gods, what now? Do you have a tax collector on your tail?
You're closer than you'd think. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
Penance, should I be worried with that? Then I deserve answers. Intriguing, a chance to see the blade squirm, perhaps. Penance, should I be worried?
You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
They treat that conversation, because in D&D we take for granted like all of the above table knowledge that we have about, you know, the world. We know what warlocks are, we know what sorcerers are, we know what mages are, we know what blah blah blah, right? But in the game, those are just like placeholder words. In the world of D&D, none of that matters, and most people don't understand, right? You're an adventurer for a reason. The reason, you know, you're able to do all these cool things in game because you're an adventurer, you're a player character. And so it's kind of neat that like we can sit back and be like, oh, Will's a warlock. We know Will's a warlock, so he created a pact with something. And we're starting to get these little pieces. It's almost like dramatic irony, right? When the author or when the reader knows something that the characters don't. It's the same kind of situation here. Like we know that Will was granted his magic through a patron, but the characters don't really know, and so that's pretty cool in my opinion. I forget who I was talking to then. If you were looking for a good mic, the Shure SM57 is a good dynamic mic. You do need a preamp to drive it. That's what I'm thinking about upgrading to. It's like a fraction of the price of the SM. Nice. Yeah, I would like to upgrade my setup eventually. I'm sure that's, you know, everybody's dream, right? We all want better stuff. But it'll probably be a while for me, unfortunately. Okay, so we can go directly to camp. Go to camp. Hey, Allegrado. I'm glad. I'm enjoying it a lot. I've played the first act quite a bit, but I've never gotten out of the first act. So I'm hoping that this is, hoping that there's a time for everything, right? Lae'zel, you're going to lose this cool weapon that you have. I'm sorry. You could have a longsword +1 though. There you go. Yeah. I played early access quite a bit, and then never got really any further than that. I am Lae'zel.
I've got a long road ahead.
That was weird. Bye, Lae'zel.
Karlach's got the brawn of a warrior and the wiles of a survivor.
That she does.
Best of all, she speaks her mind plainly and fully. Show her due respect.
I do that to get mad.
Chook, you believe you can survive without me? As you say, do not keep me waiting.
I do think I need her if I go to the creche, but right now that's not an issue.
Hey, yeah.
What class did you play as, Allegrado, or did you play as multiple? Alright. So how did you end up fighting in the Blood War?
Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail.
In your expert opinion, what's the best way to kill a devil?
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
And playing a Sork. Nice. That's about how I played Act 1 as well. I played a bit of everything. This isn't where I thought I'd end up. How about you?
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
I'd be back in my home, not a care in the world. I'd be in the middle of another adventure, blessedly free of any tadpole. So much has happened I can barely remember what life was like before the abduction. Probably be on another adventure.
I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works. Maybe once we've wrapped up
Anybody
the
else
current
getting
shenanigans,
mixed emotions
we'll rest
about
a bit
having
and find
Karlach
some
look
new
down on you
heap
like
of
that?
troubles to throw
Any
ourselves
mixed
at.
feelings out there? I don't know if mixed is the right word, but...
Hey,
indeed. Come on, we're heading out.
Let's go, go, go.
Let's go, 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 indeed. I don't know what it's going to be like to romance a 6'5" tiefling barbarian as a 3-foot tall halfling bard, but we're going to find it. We're going to find out. We're going to figure it out. Okay, first we're going to level her up. She's just a standard old barbarian, so it should be pretty easy. Level 2, she gains Danger Sense, advantage on dexterity saving throws against trap spells and surfaces. And she also gets Reckless Attack, which is nice. Hey, Dirk, how are you doing? I am loving it. I've played D&D for years. I've played parts of Act 1 multiple times, but so we're still really early on in our playthrough, but I always enjoy it when I do get a chance to play it, and I'm looking forward to making it out of Act 1. I'm guessing you played it as well. How did you enjoy it? Was it your game of the year last year as well? Get additional rage charges. Wild Heart. Your attunement with nature and its beast inspires your rage, empowering you with supernatural might. Gained a passive Bestial Heart. I think we'll go ahead and do that. I think it's cool. While raging, you can use Unrelenting Ferocity and have resistance to all damage except Psychic. It's pretty good. Foes also have disadvantage on opportunity attacks against you, and you can use Dash as a bonus action. Pretty good for moving around. While raging, you can use Primal Stampede, and your movement speed increases by 4.5. Tiger Heart. While raging, you can use Tiger's Bloodlust, and your jump distance increases by 4.5. And Wolf Heart. While raging, you can use Inciting Howl, and your allies have advantage on melee attack rolls against enemies within 2 meters of you. We're going to go with Bear Heart. Gives me Bear Rage and Unrelenting Ferocity. And Bear Piercings are good. Boom. She is leveled. Okay. I'll give you the momentum. So I think that gives me movement speed, right? Spurred on by a sense of urgency, the effective entity's movement speed has increased by 1.5 meters per remaining duration of this effect. Yeah. I'm enjoying it a lot. I keep making new characters and trying out different classes. Yeah, I've only made it to Act 2. I completely understand. Yeah, I think you're in good company. Laura, I think, is the only one that in the chat right now that has beaten it multiple times. She's a beast. But myself and Allegrata were just talking about it, how I played Act 1 several times, but I've played multiple characters. It's been a lot of fun. I think Karlach needs clothing as well. She has unarmored defense. Her AC is pretty low. We could fix that later, kind of. It is very good. Saving throws are good. Oh, he's not proficient in it. I shouldn't have given him that. And where? See. I don't need Will in my party anymore either, actually. I only brought him so he could talk to Karlach.
Let's get going. Always a pleasure.
Been your favorite class so far, Dirk? You have one?
Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready. And just when things were warming up.
But I need the magic.
Spare me a moment, if you please. I've something important to discuss with you. We've been traveling together for a while now, and it's just about time that I shared something with you. It's a rather personal matter that I'd have preferred to keep quiet, but needs must when the devil drives. I have no choice but to speak. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
Condition.
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Anything else causes you to consume raw magic? I'm going to need details. What kind of items are we talking about exactly? Wouldn't that ruin the item? What happens if you don't consume these artifacts? Are you telling me you're addicted to magic? Definitely the first option. Your illness causes you to consume raw magic. I'm going to need the details.
I can say no more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact. Since before we were abducted. It is time. And by that I mean it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture.
Suggest we find artifacts you need. I fail to see why you need me to help you with this. You've done fine without me so far. I'd be happy to help. Sounds like no condition I've ever heard of. I'd say you're just fishing for loot. Where do you suggest we find these artifacts?
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession.
Yeah, I have multiple magic
Know for
items.
yourself how hard won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
I expected as much. Don't worry, I'm happy to help. Why exactly would I risk either of those things for a wizard I barely know? And at the end of all that, I lose a valuable artifact? No thanks. Honestly, that sounds terrible. I see no upside. I'm going to help Will because I like Will and I want him in my party. I expected as much. Don't worry, I'm happy to help.
Splendid.
I don't know if happy to help is the right word, but I will
luck
help.
would have it, you're already primed to give me exactly what I need.
You need to go outside. Give me one moment while I go open the door for my dog. I'll be right back. Something. What are we going to give him? Oh no. Everything I have is equipped. Oh, these are just inventory. These aren't equipped. Okay, good. Some of them are, maybe. This might be good for Will, so I might not actually want to Missile snaring is great. Spell thief, kind of unnecessary. That's very good. That's pretty good. I guess we're gonna get rid of Orlon's Grace. I guess we'll get rid of Spell Thief, actually. No, Orlon's Grace. Goodbye.
Thank you.
There we go. He absorbs the magic from the item.
That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters.
So I'm using a mod that never decreases items. I don't know if that counts as an item, though. I'm pretty sure that's gone. I don't think it stays with me. I'm glad you're feeling better. Your condition sounds unpleasant to say the least. How do I know the real monster isn't you? It's a good question. Perhaps now you'll tell me what this is all in aid of. Your gratitude doesn't make up for what I lost. What are you going to do to compensate me? I'm glad you're feeling better. Say that.
Oh, it's not so bad once you get used to it. And, on the plus side, my tower in Waterdeep has never been so free of clutter. Sincerely, though, I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told.
The story is pretty cool. Don't mention it. I'm glad I could help. That condition of yours is it's a very expensive one. I hope you don't regret losing that artifact. It could have proven useful. Just so you know, this was the last time I part with such a valuable item. Don't mention it. I'm glad I could help.
My lady, I bow to your boundless kindness.
Good. It's our party.
What's on your mind?
Join me. Let's go. 3.
With pleasure. Lead on.
Yeah, it looks like it probably went right there. So it's gone. Bit of a bummer, but that's okay. Any of my party members even use a shield or can use a shield. I don't know why I couldn't get rid of that. Is this not a magic shield? This wasn't. Oh, this is just a heavy crossbow +1. Might be able to use it. Dragged it. Yep, there you go. Isn't really necessary for me. And put your short bow on him. Attacking anybody with that, so that's kind of unnecessary too. He is not very tanky. It's kind of the only downside of having Karlach. I mean, as a barbarian, she's obviously pretty useful in other areas. She does quite a bit of damage. With her rage, she can tank. quite a bit as well. So as long as she doesn't die, she should be fine. Okay, that's it. This is essentially going to be our party for the rest of the game, with a couple of exceptions as we continue on, but yeah, let's go beat up some people at the...
What's so funny? You haven't got some laughing curse, have you?
I really made it out of Avernus. It's incredible.
crazy weirdness with,
All right, just keep it
with
down.
my camera there.
We're conspicuous enough without your hyena call.
Moving ahead. I need a quick word.
Need any supplies? We've fewer mouths to feed now. 2. Both stalwarts of Tyr, sworn to uphold justice.
Do you?
The Lord of Justice sent us after a devil haunting this area. We squared off against her. We lost.
That devil's
Talk
right.
to Anders if you want the details. I don't have it in me to recount the horror.
I think that devil's standing right behind me. I think she's like right there. Can you see her in the background? She's quite a bit bigger than me. Okay, what else you got for me? Take pretty much everything. Potion of Featherfall is great too. Glorious Vaulting. More health potions, sure. Potion of Speed. More arrows. Arrow. Scrolls. I don't need all of that though. We'll take this for you though.
In Tyr's name.
Not really sure how that worked out, but it did, so. What are these things? Oh, these are gnolls too.
Let's see what this does.
She hurt. Ow.
At ease, friend. You're welcome to rest here.
Please.
I think I am.
No more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please. We just want to go home.
You'll need to convince me you're not who she says you are. Karlach, these people seem harmless. You can drop the act. I know you're servants of Zariel. Insight. Assess his posture, his eyes. Is he telling the truth? Detect thoughts. Probe his mind. I don't want to use detect thoughts. That's part of the illithid abilities, I think. We're just going to do a quick insight check and see what happens. I only need to beat a 10. Hey, that wins. That works.
There's something in the squint of his eye. You suspect he's lying.
Enough of this charade. I know who you really are.
Enough. Enough. I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlach, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
Tell him. My initiative is garbage.
More clutter.
Okay. I think I'm that out. back down. That's funny.
Let's have a little fun.
Please attack him. Please. Okay,
Spill some blood.
Stuck. Yeah, I don't know what just happened, but that was quite annoying. Why can't you reach your destination? Are you just stuck here? Of course you are.
Fuck yes.
Go ahead and rage here. Situation actions. You have unlocked an action as a result of another ability, feature, or condition. It will remain at the side of your hotbar until these conditions expire. I think it's this, the end rage.
I'm going to enjoy this.
You need 14 hit roll. Let's just recklessly attack. There we go. We crit.
Never a dull moment.
There, a miserable pile of secretion.
It should have tried to attack. This, but sure. Why could I normal attack him from far, but ranged attacking is
Let him recite their demise. One by one.
action heal.
Gods, it's hot in here. The hammer's gonna fall.
Drink a potion, push up.
Survival is all that matters.
I'm talking.
Try me.
Shall I compare thee to a sour spot?
Save the he's running concentration hunter's mark. I was like, what is he saving? What save is he making? He did it.
Fuck Thariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back.
Thank you.
And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
Easy, Karlach. Those flames are getting big. Sorry, I won't get near you again. We'll make sure of that. Tear this place apart. Zariel won't get near you again. We'll make sure of that.
That's right, she won't. She can't. She couldn't even lay a finger.
Smacking everything.
On my way.
Concerns remaining. Releasing a decade of pent-up rage and a blaze of infernal fury.
I applaud your tale.
I have a lot on my mind. And well, in it.
Things. Set the whole place on fire.
That ought to do it.
Setting you ablaze. I can.
Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
Should have melted a long time ago. How can you stand it? Hot. Slightly mad, to be honest. Alright, we're just gonna go with hot. Let's snooze this real quick.
Careful, soldier. If I burn any hotter, I might explode. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close, till I've found a way to calm it down.
What the hell did you get an infernal engine for a heart?
High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
Which tiefling? I wonder if they meant Damon, a tiefling weaponsmith.
A weaponsmith, huh? Not sure if he's the guy, but I'd love to find out. A tune-up would do this rusty heart a world of good.
At the ready.
We're gonna go loot these bodies, see if there's anything else that I might need. After Karlach smashed everything. Sword of Justice. Gale can absorb this item's magic, destroying it. Oh, so it'll tell you what it can absorb? That's interesting. Okay, and all this to Asterion.
I'll take that.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target.
This is going to overload your engine?
Nah, it'll be fine.
Talking to a box. I was hoping that if I was sitting on top of the box, I could be looking down at Karlach for once, but it didn't work. Got a slot in your heart, or what?
Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe to toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens.
Intriguing. Next time in battle, we'll make sure to you get one.
Fuck yes. Now I just need something to sink my teeth into.
I am on top of the box. It just didn't matter.
Oh, I could go for a good meal. Got it.
All right, what now? Wonder if the gods are watching me.
That as much as I hate to do it, I think we're going to have to call it today. My head is actually really starting to hurt. I still don't feel all that great. So let's see if there's anyone on our fun list. Are any of our friends streaming? No. Just playing Final Fantasy VII. You stop in and say hi to him. If you watched me play Final Fantasy VII, we just finished that game, so cool to go see him play it. I do appreciate all of you being here. I'm sorry to cut this short. I wanted to go a little bit longer today, but my head is starting to get pretty bad pretty quick. So we're just gonna have to, do what we can. I should be back tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Nothing holds me back. Thank you, Alibrata. Yeah, it's just a migraine coming on. It happens, but this one's coming pretty quickly, so I'm starting to lose my vision. But I do love you guys very much. I do appreciate you being here always. I know that you don't have to be. Thank you to Critty Wife earlier for the raid. I really do appreciate that. It's always good to see friendly faces and new people as well. I think we had a couple people that I'd never seen before, so appreciate that very much. We're going to send you over to Can't Wear Hats and tell them I said hello. I'll hang out for a bit and then probably have to go lay down. But I love you guys. Fingers crossed to see you tomorrow. I always do this. I always say all the things, and then I realize that there's like a 10-second runoff, and I'm like, oh, well, now what I'm going to say. I don't know. But that's okay. I love you guys. Have a good day. Happy New Year. I'll see you guys later.